Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we'll be doing a detailed review of the new mid-range smartphone from Vivo, the Vivo T1 Pro. So Vivo T1 Pro was announced in India for a price starting at 23,999 for the 6GB RAM variant, and you can also get the 8GB RAM variant for 24,999. So this device has pretty good hardware. It is having an AMOLED 90Hz refresh rate. It comes with a powerful 778G octa-core processor, and you get a 4700 mAh capacity battery. 66-watt charging is supported. You get Android 12 out of the box, and a good in-hand feel as well. So let's see how good the device is for the price segment, and let's see the pros and cons of the Vivo T1 Pro, and is it really a worthy device for the 20 to 25k price segment. So that's what we're going to talk about in this video. So before getting started, if this is your first time on this channel, do hit that red subscribe button and also hit the bell icon to get notified of all the videos we publish. So let's begin. So first let's have a look at the design and build quality. Now design wise, the Vivo T1 Pro looks pretty good. We have the elegant camera unit. It's a triple camera setup with large housing, and the primary camera is in the single housing. The second housing has the ultra wide angle camera and the macro sensor. It is a pretty neat layout along with the flash, and you get the Vivo branding as well. The bottom section has the SIM tray. It's a hybrid SIM card slot. You get a USB Type-C port, single speakers included, and on the right side you get the power and volume keys. The top does not have any openings or slots, and it feels quite good in hands. Overall, if you look at the design language, it is pretty good, and it is pretty compact as well. It's not a large device, not a heavy device. It feels very good in hands, especially with the matte finish. It feels really nice. Now in terms of front panel, you can see that it comes with a water drop notch. That's something which is not acceptable at this price segment. About 20k, we don't expect a water drop notch. It should have been punch hole selfie camera. That's probably one of the cost cuttings on this device. So it comes with a water drop notch, but otherwise the bezels are kind of okayish for the segment. So overall we feel design looks quite okay. Now the build quality is again pretty good actually. Even though it's a polycarbonate material, it feels really nice. There is no scratches happening on the back panel. It is a matte finish and looks really sturdy as well. So that's the design and build quality. Overall we feel, except for the water drop notch, the design and build quality feels really good on the Vivo T1 Pro. Next, moving on to the display. Now this device comes with an AMOLED display. Now AMOLED display means it comes with a pretty good vibrant colors, colors, and the brightness levels are also adequate. Now this also comes with a 90Hz refresh rate. Now that makes things more smoother. Although a 120Hz display is available at this price segment, you get only a 90Hz AMOLED display, but 90Hz still is quite okay, I would say, for the price segment it is being offered, and you get pretty good colors, and there is good detailing. The DCI-P3 color gamut is also available, so it is overall a good display in terms of watching movies also. But there is no support for HDR10 on OTT platform. That's probably one of the downside. We'll have to confirm whether that is coming in later update, but as of now we couldn't get HDR10 support on OTT platform. So that's the display aspect, but overall we feel it's a good display. Probably again the water drop notch is something which doesn't make the experience that great, but overall we feel the display quality is definitely good on the Vivo T1 Pro. Now there is also short sensation up glass on this, so it does provide a basic protection for the display. Now moving on to the software experience. Now Vivo has this Fun Touch OS. This is one of the custom UIs available for Android. Now good thing is that this comes with Android 12 out of the box. So that's one of the good things, and you get plethora of options. The Fun Touch OS is a UI which where you can do a lot of customizations, and there are some additional options, especially for gamers. You get the game control, game turbo mode, and you also get additional animations and features to customize. There is support for themes, so it's a pretty good UI overall, I would say. Although there is a bit more refinement needed for the Fun Touch OS, it is still a good UI overall, and it feels quite nice with the Android 12 update as well. So that's the UI experience of the Vivo T1 Pro. Now moving on to the performance. Now in terms of performance, we get the Qualcomm Snapdragon 778G octa-core processor, one of the really good mid-range chipsets out there. It's a 5G enabled chipset, and you get 6GB RAM as well as 8GB RAM available. So you are well covered in terms of the performance aspect. You also get 5G support. Now in terms of day-to-day performance, it's a pretty smooth experience, no lags whatsoever, no stutters, and it did the day-to-day task with ease. Whatever you throw at it, it performed pretty well. Even in terms of gaming experience, it was quite good. Overall, the 778 is a pretty good chip for gamers, and that experience shows up here as well. And with the cooling options available for the device, it performs pretty well. So gaming is again one of the strong points of this device. So that's the performance side. Now the fingerprint scanner is in-display fingerprint scanner. Again, it works quite well. There is also face unlock included. Now in terms of speaker performance, that's one area where we are quite disappointed because it comes with only a single speaker, the bottom firing speakers. We would have expected a stereo speaker at this pricing, especially beyond that 20,000 price segment. Stereo speakers should have been provided, but you get only a single speaker. That's one of the disappointing aspects. Now another thing is that this device misses out on 3.5mm audio jack. It does not come with a 3.5mm audio jack, but you can use the USB Type-C port to listen to audio, or you can use via Bluetooth. Next, let's talk about the call quality. Now we have tested with 4G SIM card, Jio and Vodafone. We did not see any sort of issues in that. Call quality was good. The signal strength also was good. Now there is also 5G support, but we are not sure about how the 5G performance would be because we don't have a 5G network to test. Now speaker performance, as I said before, it's quite adequately loud enough, although we would have liked dual stereo speakers. Now next, let's move on to the camera. So we have a triple camera setup. We have a 64 megapixel primary sensor, then we have an ultra wide angle camera, then a macro sensor is there. You get a 16 megapixel selfie camera. Now the camera performance is pretty good actually. Daylight conditions, it was good actually. Good sharpness levels, good color reproduction. In fact, colors were really natural, great detailing, bright and vivid images. So overall, in terms of daylight condition, it shines. The ultra wide angle camera looks quite okay, although 8 megapixel ultra wide angle doesn't have that kind of clarity of the primary sensor, but it's still a usable one. The close-up shots also came out pretty good on this device, good detailing and color reproduction. The macros were kind of average, I would say, because the 2 megapixel sensor doesn't have that kind of ability. So overall, every other phone with 2 megapixel sensor doesn't produce that great macros. Now the low light performance of this camera was kind of average, I would say. There is still room for improvement. It's not bad as such, but there is still room for improvement, especially for a 20 to 25k priced device. There is still room for improvement on this device. Now the selfies were very good actually. In fact, good detailing and good color reproduction, and overall it feels really nice. And you also get 4K 30 FPS with stabilization. All the video formats do support stabilization, which is pretty good. And you also get 1080p 30 and 60 fps. Overall video quality looks quite okay, I would say. So that was the camera aspect. Overall good cameras, slight improvement needed for the low light experience. Otherwise it's quite a good camera on the Vivo T1 Pro. Now moving on to the battery life. So this device comes with a 4700 mAh capacity battery, and you get a 66 watt charger included. Now the charger takes around 40-45 minutes to charge the device, and you get a pretty good battery life on the Vivo T1 Pro. Even with a 4700 mAh capacity battery, you can easily go more than a day of battery life. Again, that depends upon user to user based on how you use the device, but still on a moderate usage you can easily get through more than a day of battery life. So again, that depends upon app to app. If you play a lot of games, you might get lesser battery, but for casual user with social media and browsing and calls, you should be able to last more than a day easily on this device. So that was the detailed review of the Vivo T1 Pro. So let's just summarize the pros and cons. Now the pros include good design and build quality, good display, Android 12 is offered, a decent set of cameras, good battery life, and good performance overall. Now the downsides, probably we would say the notch display, the water drop notch is not expected at this price segment. The low light performance could have been improved, and also there is no stereo speakers available. That's one of the downsides downsides, I would say, especially when AMOLED display out. And then speaker performance, as I said before, dual stereo speakers would have made a much better experience at this price segment. So that was the pros and cons of the Vivo T1 Pro. Now price at 23,999. That's the pricing for 6GB RAM variant, available on Flipkart. We'll share the link in the description. With card offers, you can get it as low as 21,500 for the 6GB RAM, and 8GB RAM you can pick it for 22,500. With offers, if you don't have offers, you have to pay 24,000 and 25,000, but with offers you can pick as low as 21,500. For that pricing, we feel this is a pretty good package. The Vivo T1 Pro 5G is a good package at that price segment. So that was the detailed review of the Vivo T1 Pro. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit the red subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.